Hi, this is your host Ernestina on Core Radio. Joining me today are future graduates of Dublin High, Brandon Busto, Sarah Costa, and Nikolai Param. Today we are discussing essential questions invading everyone's minds these days. Will humans become reliant on robotics? Sarah, why don't we start with you?
Hi, Ernestine. Thanks for having me on your show. I do agree with this topic. My feelings for these issues are very strong. Our society is becoming too reliant on technology in our everyday lives. I'm one of those people who have to get up and check what's going on in the world with my phone, and I know so many other people there too that do the same as I. I'd rather go back to the time before technology to prohibit this bad habit that me and so many people have. But I feel like if real-life robots enter our lives, the human society will never be able to go back to the time before technology enters the society.
Well, I'd have to disagree that humans will become too reliant on robots. I believe the warning signs that have been given to us by science fiction writers such as Asimov have scared us from the option of full robotic dependence. Even if real robotics could enter certain societies in the world, as Sarah suggests, it can't be expected that everyone would accept them. The often foretold prediction of entire job markets collapsing due to artificial intelligence have been too pressed into our own minds that to allow robotics to enter our own lives that easily.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. We're already seeing a large dependence on technology that is still relatively limited in what it can do to assist humans. But I don't think this is going to go backwards in any way. I mean, but then again, I don't think this is essentially a bad thing either. I think that's a topic, we'll discuss later. I mean, you're going to see this. You're going to see a general embracement of people basically deciding, yes, we want more robotics in our lives, we want more automation in our lives. But I just want to make a point. I don't think that's essentially a bad thing. I mean, that's just something I thought of.
Yes, great stuff, Nikolai. How about we switch gears now to the repercussions of such an event? Meaning, if humans were to become so reliant on robots, how will our lives change due to robotics?
Have you guys all seen the movie WALL-E?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you noticed in the movie the humans are so dependent on robots that they trusted them in everything they told them to do. They trusted that they shouldn't have gone back to Earth, that what they're doing. Even like on the screen they show what kind of dreams they have on that day. Yes. And it wasn't until the end of the movie that they were able to think for themselves and realize that robots are doing more harm than good.
Exactly. And on top of that, the humans in the movie's day-to-day life were completely reliant on the robots. If humans become reliant on robotics, there's no limit to how we would utilize them as a crutch, just like in the movie. Humans in that story became so fat that they couldn't even take a step, which, though makes for a funny gag, is also brutally honest on how humans take advantage of the tools at their disposal.
Yeah, it was definitely a funny gag, but would this really be the reality that we're facing in our future? Would we really lose ourselves to the same extent as shown in the movie, or will it be a different outcome?
No, because the thing is, if a human doesn't have anything to do in their lives, then they ultimately become depressed and bored and sad. There was always going to be something for a human to do, even if a lot of the, I'd say maybe menial tasks are taken, for example, manufacturing. We're seeing manufacturing being taken away. Are we seeing mass unemployment because of manufacturing becoming more automated? Yes and no in both ways. The thing is, there's always humans will always find a way to make use out of their lives. They're always going to find a way to make their lives purposeful. So I don't think that we'll just become gelatinous blobs that will essentially just ride on moving chairs all day. I just don't see that happening. I mean, we could look at ways where we can maybe become more creative with our lives, maybe become more artistic instead of have very structured, regimented lives. We'll be able to sort of expand our thoughts in ways we weren't able to do before.
Thank you for elaborating on that. Sarah looks like she wants to say something.
Well, we talk so much in this podcast about robots. We shouldn't forget about one of the most famous novels on robots, I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. He gave a hint on the 3 laws humans should implement if robots eventually exist. The 3 laws being, first, a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. The second law is to obey orders given it by human beings. The third law is robots must protect its own existence. They are listed in this order because the first law succeeds the second and third. How do you guys think these laws can correlate to robots relegated to humans?
I mean, look at it this way. I don't think it's the 3 laws essentially are an end-all, be-all for robotics in general. I mean, they're a great starting point in terms of ensuring that we don't have some type of Terminator-style takeover of the world by robots. But Brandon, do you want to elaborate your thoughts on this?
Well, I'd have to agree that they really aren't the end-all be-all. In fact, throughout that book, Asimov told story after story of robots finding loopholes in the programming against their human masters, and then by then, robots became intellectually superior to humans. They came to the conclusion that humans can't be privy to the details regarding their perfected future, which leaves the fate of the humans in that story entirely up to the robots. So if sentient robots became a reality today, the laws written in their programming, the 3 laws in that story didn't really work, so they must be looked at with extreme detail.
I do have to agree with that. Thank you for coming on my show today. This has been very insightful on robotics. I loved hearing all of your perspectives on this topic. Thanks for listening to Cover Radio. Until next time, this is your host, Ernestine Covarrubias.